name is Tony, and today we'll be taking a look at the Transformers Reactivate 2-pack of Soundwave and Optimus Prime. So here's the packaging, and the packaging is really interesting because we got the windshield now instead of like the open windshield with like the other Hasbro products, which we need to return this. We really need to return this for Legacy, what was it called? Legacy United? Anyways, the barcode, all that. And on this side, we have Optimus. This side, we have Soundwave. And then on the back, you have some of the promotional images and two in-game, well, not really in-game, but, you know, the sculpt of these guys. That's basically it for the packaging. For those of you who don't know what Transformers Reactivate is, it's a video game produced by Splash Damage that hasn't even come out yet, because it's been delayed so many times. However, the delay could be a positive impact for some good reasons. Maybe the game will be good, or maybe not. But I am looking forward to playing the game once it comes out. As for figures, pretty much these are like the first release figures. And I bought them just in case, like, whenever time goes by and then these figures might have a high value. Before the Studio Series stuff comes out in the Gamer Edition, we're gonna start looking at Soundwave first. Here we have Soundwave in this really cool van mode, and it actually looks really nice. Since the game is about the Transformers in a post-apocalyptic world, this is basically a post-apocalyptic van, or specifically a communication van. I really like the details on this van, especially that radar dish, which is really cool for details. And all the necessary details for this van. And underside kibble is actually serviceable, but the feet are kind of sticking out, but it is what it is. He rolls pretty good. Now he does include this concussion blaster that can store right here. Now, we're not going to go in too much details for this van mode because there isn't really much to talk about this van mode, and I don't want to make the video long. So, here he is next to Earthrise Optimus Prime. Now with that out of the way, why don't we just start transforming him into robot mode. First thing you want to do is fold out this radar dish and then pull out the legs. Actually, the arms are inside of the van, so you want to pull them out. There you go. Then you want to, I think you want to fold out the, don't know yet, probably not. So you'll just, if I can do it. Oh, untab these first. And then fold out the legs. Before we do that, we just fold the tires up. I believe you want to fold it like this, so that these clips can this. Then you want to get it into place. You want to get the tires onto these little slots. Or unless if I'm doing it wrong. So we're gonna do it the other way around. Just like so. And then, hold up. And then you should be able to snap them into place. Hold up. Alright, there you go. Now you want to pull the backpack down. Then you want this locked into place. And then you want to fold these up. Fold the tires in. And fold this down. Rotate his leg. And you do the same thing on the other leg. I can just like so. And then, this isn't really parts forming, but I just have this out of the way. You could plug his little side cannon in, and there is Soundwave in his robot mode. Here is Soundwave in his robot mode, and this robot mode is actually pretty decent for what it is. A lot of people weren't really a big fan of this Soundwave because of the aesthetics compared to the game design. But I'll admit, having the Soundwave in hand isn't that bad compared to, like, the stock footage. One of the biggest aspects that I kept for Soundwave is the chest. So it looks like he could, you know, have some minions. But it isn't a cassette, so yeah, oh well. And a lot of people might complain about the backpack, but I guess Soundwave was always meant to have a backpack since G1. I really like how the tires transform, making it less hollow, and this is what the figure tries to do, making it less hollow as possible. But there are some hollow parts, but it's not a big deal breaker. Head sculpt on this guy is really good, and all the van mode details carries on to this mode, and there's some new details into this guy. Does he pass the shake test? Not really. There's some loose joints and some really tight joints. Like, dang, this guy is pretty tight in some areas. Like this wrist swivel, for example. Also, don't really like how the backward movement is limited due to how it's designed. So, you got more forward movement, but not that much backward movement. And he can hold his concussion blaster perfectly fine. Articulation on this guy is really good. He got a ball joint at the head. Mainly could look up and down, side to side. Although, I would rather move the head like this instead of without holding this because, yeah, that happens. Rotation at the arms. They're on ball joints. Arm can move out. Previously mentioned tight bicep swivel and tight wrist swivel. You got a waist swivel. Obviously, the leg movement. And then he can do the split that much. A fairly not too tight thigh swivel. Bend at the knee. And then an ankle pivot. Here he is next to his G1 counterpart, and dang, that G1 counterpart isn't looking pretty at all with all that yellowing. Yeah, we don't talk about that. So this is where the video should end, right? Nah, we got Optimus Prime to cover. And dang, this truck mode is way better than the 102 Optimus Prime. I mean, for starters, he got a better truck bed. And the detailing on this guy is really good. The 102 truck mode could have been better, but this truck mode is definitely the best truck mode that I've seen to date. I mean, there's a little bit of hollow space, which is unfortunate, but it's not that bad. And if you look at the front windows, you can already see the matrix that we'll get into later. And this guy rolls pretty good. Here he is next to Earthrise Optimus Prime. Transforming him, you want to pull these out to the side, and then you want to lift this part up and fold these in, and then pull out the arms. Well, actually, before you pull out the arms, you want to fold down the feet a little bit, and then you can see if we can do it. Fold out the arms. Then you want to fold this up and do the same thing on the other arm. Fold it in and fold this down, and you can close it in and then rotate the arm. Do the same thing on the other arm, just like so. And then fold out his head, fold this in, and then you want to pull these. You see that slot right there? You want to, or actually, you want to pull this out, fold these in, and fold these little grill pieces in. And then you want to fold this up, then fold this part in, And then you want to try to click this into place, but as you can see, it's not the most secure connection, so oh well. Then you want to fold these into place. Then we're almost done. Just need to put these pegs onto here. And then this is the part where I really like about this transformation, is that the legs, they're not your ordinary Optimus Prime transformation. Oh, I forgot about this. I like this configuration. Just fold this out, pull this in, then click it into place, and then that's basically it for the robot mode. Here we have Prime in his robot mode, and this robot mode is literally on the same level as SS-102. I don't know how Hasbro and Takara did it, but they did it again with another Optimus Prime figure. Majority of the figure is really clean and not that much hollow parts are present. And this guy got a lot of details going on into him, like the ab part, for example. And then he even got, guess that could work, a little matrix chamber for a matrix of leadership. And speaking of this matrix of leadership, this has been reused since Earthrise Optimus Prime, and I think it's about time we use another matrix of leadership. Head sculpt on this guy looks really nice, but if you don't have the light looking at this guy, he kind of looks dead. There isn't really much to talk about. I mean, the kibble is actually minimum, and yeah, the hollow bits are minimum. And he's pretty solid too, but this part isn't really the most solid connection, like I said during the transformation, because there's a tab here that I'm pretty sure is meant to go into this tab, but it's not the most securest connection, so that's like the only little drawback into this guy. But other than that, this guy is great no matter what. I forgot to do the weapon storage in vehicle mode. The ion blaster can tab into here if you wanted to store that in vehicle mode. But you can pretty much hold it. No problem at all. I know it's not... He doesn't hold the ion blaster fully because of how the peg is designed. But he doesn't really have a problem of holding it. And for his Energon axe, which is really cool, you want to rotate his fist like this, or the other way around, however you like it. And he has this pretty cool Energon axe, which some black paint. But if you really wanted to, you can store it in his back. No problem at all. This guy got some good posability, like ball joint at the head, rotation at the arm. Arm can move out. He has a bicep swivel, bend at the elbow, a wrist swivel. Of course that. Waist swivel, which is kind of a little limited because of this part. Legs can kick. They can move back this far. You can pretty much do a split. A thigh swivel that is kind of loose for my taste, but I ain't complaining. Bend at the elbow, and a really good ankle pivot. Here he is next to his G1 counterpart, Soundwave. And since I didn't do this comparison, here he is next to Gamer Edition Megatron, and look how tall Prime is compared to this Megatron. That's crazy. So the overall verdict for these two, well, as a pack, this would get a 4.5 out of 5 because the Optimus Prime is really good. Like, if you're gonna buy this 2-pack, I urge you to get it for this Optimus Prime. Soundwave is a good figure, but he could be a little better in some areas, but he's not bad at all. Trust me. Once you get this guy in hand, he's gonna be better than those promotional images that you saw. It's like the promotional images are meant to look but in hand it's like way better. So yeah, I would just give this at a 4.5 out of 5. Definitely recommended, and I'm looking forward to, like, I guess the rest of the characters that were revealed for the game whenever they get, like, releases for, I guess, Studio Series Gamer Edition. And this Optimus Prime, like I said, is on the same level as SS-102, and it's hard to choose a favorite, to be honest. But truck mode, this guy definitely wins that. And I'm gonna try to upload the other 2-pack as soon as possible, guys, so I will see you in that review, alright? Peace out.